All right, he debuted last week with a great job, and now for his second performance, we give you Liam McAdam with his video games. Liam, take it away.
Thanks for having me again, Howie.
Oh, our pleasure.
Now, on the coattails of my previous discussion on video game violence, I thought I'd like to take the opportunity to address something President Donald Trump stated back in February in the wake of the Parkland shooting. So he quoted, and he was one of the people who jumped on the bandwagon for blaming video games and movies. So, as I'll quote, "We have to look at the internet because a lot of bad things are happening to young kids and young minds, and their minds are being formed. And we have to do something about maybe what they're seeing and how they're seeing it. And also video games. I'm hearing more and more people saying that the level of violence on video games is really shaping young people's thoughts. And you go the further step, and that's the movies. You see these movies and they're so violent, and yet a kid is able to see the movie if sex isn't involved, but killing is involved. And maybe they have to put a rating system up for that. Well, fear not, Mr. President, we have such a system. The Entertainment Software's Rating Board, otherwise known as the ESRB. It was formed back in the 1990s as a result of Mortal Kombat, which itself made itself famous for being over-the-top violent with a fatality mechanic, where people who would fight against each other, once they get to a certain point, can finish someone off in a brutal fashion. And while graphic violence is nothing new, it's just at the time in the 90s, video games had a prevailing mentality that they were only for kids. So some parents were outraged. How could they sell this kind of thing next to Super Mario? Now, a brief overview on the ESRB rating system. And these are all guidelines, so don't take these as absolutes, and they change all the time. So there's 7 classifications and 6 final ratings, not counting rating pending. There's EC for early childhood, E for everyone, E10 for everyone 10 and up, T for teen, M for mature audiences 17 and up, and AO for 18 and up, the equivalent of X-rated movies. Now, before you get all worried about your kids picking up a porno next time they go and find Super Mario Brothers, excuse me, you don't have to worry about that, as the games industry has already regulated itself to prevent that from happening. Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo, for example, the 3 major players in the console market, have refused to publish any AO games on their consoles. And local retailers and major retailers refuse to even stock them. So if there's an AO rating on a video game, it's a death sentence financially for the person who's trying to develop it. And something else to note on there is that while there's no actual laws that will prevent a minor from buying an M-rated game, the ESRB also regulates stores who try and breach that code of conduct, where if you were to have a 15-year-old walk in trying to buy, say, Call of Duty, if they don't check for an ID and go over the fact that it's for mature audiences, the person selling the game gets fired, and the manager on duty can get fired in some cases. And I believe that's it. So,
All right.
I hope I entertained you. I hope I gave you some information. And please tune in for next week, and game on.
Liam McAdam, great job as usual. And every week Liam will get better and better, bringing us pertinent information with video games. And